Hello, colors. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with Vitor Roque as Barca have ruled out the arrival of the 18-year-old attacking prodigy in January. We are going to discuss on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about this other report claiming that Barcelona are internally debating January transfer plans as two options currently on the table. So guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. One of Barcelona's priorities heading into the January transfer window is to ensure the arrival of Vitor Roque from Atletico Paranaense. Barcelona had reached an agreement with the club in the summer, but were not able to bring in the player due to financial constraints. But with the winter approaching, Barca want to secure the arrival of Vitor as part of their plans to jazz up the attacking unit. However, the Catalans so far have faced multiple setbacks in their bid to sign Roque in January, with even the sporting director unsure of his arrival, mainly due to financial constraints. According to RAC1, Barcelona, in fact, have now ruled out the arrival of Vitor Roque in the upcoming January transfer window. The report suggests that the club are not in a position to make the financial adjustments and create the salary space which could enable them to bring the Brazilian to Catalonia. This is hardly surprising as Barca are still yet to achieve any budget surplus and their salary mass still remains high, despite securing an exit of several stars in the summer transfer window. As per an earlier report, the Catalans would need to pay or free up 40 million euro to La Liga in order to sign Vitor Roque in January. Acquiring such a huge figure in a short amount of time is quite challenging for Barcelona, especially knowing that their only source of funds could be the departure of more stars. To that end, some Barcelona stars have been linked with exits heading into the January transfer window, but it is unlikely that Xavi would like to further trim the squad. Not to mention, the biggest sources of revenue are Frankie de Jong, Pedri, Gavi, and Alejandro Bade, players who are essential components in Xavi's system. Obviously, we can't go as far as taking such a risk to sell players because we want to bring Vitor Roque. Of course, it is very complicated. In the sense that just to bring Vitor Roque, Barca need to do a hell lot of things, and it's what still baffles me. Vitor Roque, of course, have always been eager to join Barca, and even though there were a lot of talks some months back that Vitor Roque will certainly join the club in January because he had to join this past summer because Barca completed the signing of the player this summer. But due to the fact that there was no space in the wage bill for the club, financial constraints could not allow that happen. And with all the hopes that we have been having that our new striker, 18-year-old prodigy Vitor Roque, will be making his way to his dream club FC Barcelona, it now seems as though those dreams are quashed, which means from this report, they are trying to say that if we're expecting Vitor Roque, it should be next summer, that is for the new season in 2024-25. Honestly, this should come as a big blow for us because it is just like, I don't know. So now the big question remains the fact that Vitor Roque will not be able to come to Barca, definitely then who should we sign? Who should we sign? It means Barca will not be able to sign any single player because it is quite complicated. Talking like this, I might not know exactly the formulas or how the rule works, everything in La Liga, but you can't bring a single player to your club but we're talking about transfer plans of Barca. Like sometimes it's confusing to be honest. But let's see, because this is a reliable source, RAC1 in Spain, claiming that Vitor Roque will likely not make it to Barca in January, as the club have ruled out the arrival of the 18-year-old attacking prodigy. This is not good news because many Barca fans, many coolers out there were really eager to see their new player, and of course, a player for the future, still only 18, seen as a successor to an urging Robert Lewandowski. But that might come a little bit later than sooner. But nonetheless, let's see. But it's not like it is something, things might change. Let's not just conclude. Things might change. It doesn't mean that internally Barca will not be working on that to happen. Then on to the final story of discussion. Barcelona were, built to cover most of the cracks in their squad during the summer window, bringing in Ilkay Gundogan and Oriol Romeo to cover the midfield, Joao Cancelo and Inigo Martinez for the defense, and Joao Felix for the attack. However, despite having a largely impressive window, they have not been able to put up the results to show for it. In recent weeks especially, Barcelona have struggled against pretty much every opposition. They dropped points against Granada and Real Madrid in the league, Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League, and put up a disastrous performance against Real Sociedad and Athletic Club, barely escaping with all 3 points. The need to reinforce the team further is clear, with the midfield struggling for control and the attack not potent enough, which is why it is not surprising to see that there has been an internal debate at Barca about the January window plans. As per Sport, there are two options on the table for now, that is registering Vitor Roque or signing a midfielder. Barca completed the signing of Roque in the summer for a base price of around 40 million euros. The transfer was supposed to go through in July itself, but the lack of financial muscle did not allow for his registration, then, which is why it was postponed to the January window, where Barcelona could re-evaluate their options and register him. Since then, there have been contrasting reports about the Brazilian's arrival, with some sources stating that the Catalans will not be able to complete his signing in the winter, while others claim it will go through without much trouble. The Barca coaching staff believes that the team lacks offensive depth, and Roja's arrival can potentially change the situation immediately. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.